Right, hello everybody. I think we will get started. Enjoy this lovely trailer, by the way. It's very pretty. We will talk a bit more about that trailer in just a second. Look at it. Oh, beautiful. Right, hello. Oh, good. That's excellent.
Oh no.
Discord, what happened?
Screens.
We were so ready to go. Hey, there we go. There we go. And we're here. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We're going to be playing Lani's Call today. I am Matt from the Games for Waves team. I'm also joined by Gabby from the Games for Waves team.
Hello.
And then we have Ian from Telescope Games Studios, just above us here. If you'd like to introduce yourself, Ian. Hello.
Yeah, well, my name's Ian from Telescope Games Studios. I'm the programmer on the team here, and was the creative director and writer as well for Lani's Call, which we'll be looking at today.
Yeah, amazing. So it also released today. It is available now on Steam. We have links in the chat. If you do !Lani for Lani's Call. And then we also have !Leviathan, which is another game which is upcoming, if you would like to wishlist that and take a look, and we will talk a bit more about that later on in the stream. But yes, welcome in everybody, it's good to be back. I will get us a little bit of music in the background while we do some greetings. Who have we got today? Oh my goodness. I saw Sally popped in. Hello Sally, hello Nemetz, Dry Zero, Scouter, hello Dr. C, welcome in. How's everybody doing? Hope we're well. And Secret Mode, hello Secret Mode as well. McSpooge, welcome in. Hope everyone's doing well today. So, our plan is we're going to play through Lani's Call. It is a very short game. It's a nice introduction into the overall Whale Singer universe, which again, we will talk a bit more about as we go on. But yeah, it's very pretty, looks lovely. I'm excited to get into it and have a chat with Ian as well. We've got some questions that I'm sure you can answer about the game and the development and further plans, which is, yeah, very exciting. Hello Cinnamon, good morning. Hope you're well.
Morning. Should I just talk a bit about WDC, because some of you in chat might be new to us?
Yes.
And then we'll go into the questions. So yes, like Zion said, we are from the Games for Waves team, and Games for Waves is the gaming and streaming initiative of WDC, Whale and Dolphin Conservation. We're the leading global charity dedicated to protection of whales and dolphins, and we protect them from the many threats they sadly face, such as pollution, accidental entanglement, vessel strikes, captivity and whaling, to name a few. And we're very excited that today we are showing off Lani's Call, and we're teaming up with Telescope Game Studios. And from now until Monday, if you pick up Lani's Call on Steam, a percentage of, I can't remember the percentage. Oh no, a percentage
I
of
think
net
it's
revenue.
100%.
It is 100%.
Okay,
yeah.
I thought it was that, and I was like, if I just drop 100% and it's not 100%, that would be terrible. Cool, right.
Also,
100% of
It's not a
net
good
revenue.
look for a charity to be actually, how about 100?
Also,
Like, oh no, wait, it was 20.
I don't know if it came up on stream, but if anyone just saw a random menu over Gabby's face, that was me turning her up. She was a little bit quiet, so I bumped you up.
Yeah.
You're okay now.
So from today to Monday, if you pick up Lani's Call on Steam, 100% of net revenue is going to be donated to WDC, which is very kind. So thank you, Telescope Game Studios.
Yes. Thank
and
you
I'll hand
very
back
much.
over to Matt to
Get
take
started.
it away.
Yes, so we're going to play through the game. Like I said, it is quite a short game. This will be a short stream today. We're planning on just chatting, hanging out, and getting all the good information for about the next hour or so. But yes, we will get into it in just a second, and then we will talk about the game as we go through it, talk about the development of it, the proceeds. Again, thank you Telescope, going to WDC for the next 4 days. That is from today until, I think we decided on midnight Central European time on Monday, which is 11 PM UK time. So that is amazing, absolutely amazing. So if you are interested in the game, please do check it out and pick it up, and make sure to wishlist Leviathan as well, which no release date just yet, right Ian? on Leviathan?
Yeah, that's correct. It's let's say at least next year,
Yeah.
optimistically.
Yeah. But yes, you can definitely wishlist that and take a look at it, which is all very exciting. And Nemeth just picked it up. Thank you, Nemeth. Appreciate that.
Oh, thank you, Nemeth.
Enjoy it. Wonderful. Right, let's move into the game. And I'm going to make sure that it's all correct and actually showing on OBS this time. And not just black squares.
Menu whilst you're sorting that out. I love the menu design. It's very calming. It just makes me think of a nice summer holiday.
It's
laying
lovely.
On the beach.
It's very lovely. Right.
I'm glad you think so, yeah.
There we go. Right. Chat, do let me know how audio is. I'm just going to pause our background music and get going. Ooh.
Oh. Whale sounds.
I just clicked in and we already had a whale sound. Beautiful. Right. We're away.
Are you on controller?
I am using a controller. There are keyboard controls as well. But yes, full controller support, which is lovely. Whoa. Oh, we can zoom in.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh, nice. Oh, that centers us.
You hadn't even gotten to the tutorial yet.
Yeah.
You had to zoom in. I guess that's what I always do.
Yeah.
It's always just like, what do all the buttons do?
Yeah. So here is Lani. Oh. And a boat. Hello. Oh, they're cheering and taking photos. We're amazing.
Can we do a sick flip for them?
We can do a nice little.
No spoilers, but...
Oh.
We can do a nice little spray of water for them. Woo! There you
There we go. We are big advocates for whale watching at WDC as a better alternative to going to see whales in captivity. So, yes.
We're in the deep now. Oh, this is lovely. I do have a question about the art style, because that's something that always interests me in games, is like how you decide on what kind of art you want to go with, because it's got a very vibrant, very colourful look to it, rather than a super realistic one, which I think is really nice.
Yeah, so Rise of the Leviathan, as some of you have saw the trailer for before the stream, is this larger game based in the Whale Singer universe, and Lani's Call we made using a lot of the assets and tools and code that we had already made for Rise of the Leviathan.
Yeah.
And so we borrowed a lot of the art style from it as well. And the art style sort of philosophy that we had for that was to have a mixture of the sort of 3D animation, almost like a Finding Nemo style art style, as well as like a hand-painted watercolor style.
Yeah.
And so we're still kind of developing the mixture of those. But I think we iterated on it a little bit, especially with the colors, to just make it pop and feel a little bit more playful and a little bit more like a toy that you're playing with than a real glimpse with a submarine underwater.
That's a really good comparison, actually. It does kind of remind me of those toys that you see, sort of like bath toys, I guess, like toy whales and things like that. If you do let me know how hopefully everything is looking good on stream, by the way. I am technically streaming this game twice for Gabby and Ian as well, so probably my PC is complaining, but as long as it's looking fine, that is all good. Hub of life in an ancient gathering place for humpbacks. Oh, that was lovely, that coral tower, that was really pretty.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh no!
Oh dear.
I was just saying how pretty it was!
You've fallen into our trap.
Oh, goodness me.
Wasn't ready for emotions.
No! Lani calls for help. And a glowing trail appears. Ooh. Oh, I like that little sort of sand effect as we're going along there.
Yeah, that was one of the ones that I added that effect because I just sort of couldn't focus on other things one day, and I ended up I love it too.
I love that kind of thinking that goes into developing games where it's just like, you know what? I think this would look nice. I'm going to stick it in. I think that's a great way of doing it. Path will lead the way to someone who can help.
It's like echolocation almost.
Yeah. A whale
singer.
Oh, now we're learning more. Let's go. Also, I noticed there was a little... Oh, there's little crashed boats there.
Hi, Clay Play. Hello, everyone. This game you play as the whale?
Yes.
Yes. Finally, we can just be whales. Happy little whales.
I know. Finally. Some of the debris landed on sea life. Oh no. Oh. I got distracted by swimming through the kelp. Oh, what's that?
Yeah, I really like the environment kind of moving around us. Feels very immersive. Oh, a boat.
Oh.
Oh,
We can knock
we
it.
don't like that boat.
Oh, there we go. We freed the turtles. Aw, my
Yes.
friends.
They're following us.
Yes. Oh, we've got a whole gang now. Come on, friends.
I don't know if anyone played Flock, but definitely inspired a little by Flock here.
I do remember Flock. That's a great little game. Oh, there's something up there as well.
Aha!
Is
Now
that
you've discovered something I added just yesterday in
Oh,
honor
really?
of International Dolphin Day.
Oh,
Ah.
amazing. Here
So
we go.
spoilers, but can you guess what's trapped under this rock?
Let's find
I
out.
don't
Doink. Oh, my god.
It's a pod of dolphins.
So many of them.
Wow.
There was a lot of dolphins under that rock. Oh, brilliant.
It was sort of a crevice, so there was some extra room
Yeah.
under there.
Yeah.
I love that
Look at
we're
us saving the wildlife.
collecting all of this. Sea turtles and dolphins flock around Lani. Yes, come to me, friends.
This game is going to make Gabby cry. Yeah, probably.
Probably.
I'm also like I've got a cold, everybody, so I might actually genuinely cry.
Yeah.
Just like, it's so cute.
Gabby's a little bit sniffly today.
I'm a little bit sniffly. This is the exact
A
reaction we
likely
wanted.
Yeah. Oh, it's quaking again.
I love the purples.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit more once we've got through the game about what's coming next as well, because like it says at the beginning, this is an intro to sort of a wider universe with Rise of the Leviathan and some other things as well in the future.
Yeah. Do you want to touch on what else is to come, Ian, in this universe?
Sure. Yeah. So the last Whale Singer is going to be a feature film that's coming out, I believe, next year, and it's going to be really good. I saw an early version of it, yeah. So these characters are all characters from the film. Rise of the Leviathan has characters from the film as well, but they're all telling independent stories inside this sort of. Not a multiverse, what's it called? I guess a storyverse.
Yeah, I think I wrote it as just universe/franchise when I went through my notes.
Yeah,
but yeah,
totally.
I was actually going to ask about
Multiverse
that.
makes me think of like Marvel, and then we've got like
not a multiverse.
superhero whales.
Storyverse.
Because I was going to ask about that, about whether like characters would be in the other, like will we see Lani again, or will we see other characters sort of mixing between those four different things?
Absolutely, yeah. So the film follows a humpback named Vincent, and Rise of the Leviathan follows Vincent's father, Humphrey, and Lonnie's Call follows Vincent's mother.
Oh, amazing. Okay. So yeah, we're going to get some nice connection and a bit more story on all of these lovely marine characters. Oh, jellyfish! I tell you what, guys. No one's going to mess with us. Look at this gang. We've got manta rays, we've got dolphins.
I missed the jellyfish. I see them now.
We've got everyone coming along with us now.
I love that they're all following us. This is so cool.
Yeah.
And you can always zoom in to see them a bit closer, and when you stop swimming, they'll start sort of just swirling around you in
that's
patterns
cool.
that
Exactly.
I will not disclose how long it took me to tweet. But
The perils of game
quite a
development.
while.
I know.
I think I could just sit and watch that, like.
It would make a really
Yeah.
nice, like one of those live wallpapers for your PC.
Yeah.
Oh, I
There's
would
an
love
idea
that.
for you.
There you go.
Get some animated wallpapers going.
I do always enjoy hearing like tales from, because I know a few game developers now, and I really love hearing their tales of like, sometimes it's something so mundane, but it's so difficult to put into like a code. For example, I know someone who he's working on a new, I'm not sure entirely what the game is because he can't announce it yet, but it involves doors. It's a game that has doors, and this poor guy spent I think He said his entire workday on Wednesday just trying to figure out how to get a door to open properly. And
I've heard about door horror stories.
Oh my god.
That's why we're doing ocean games. No doors.
Yeah. No doors in the ocean.
No doors. Oh, another whale.
What were those words? I missed it.
It said
a legendary
another
whale singer.
Oh, cursed, paralyzed, no.
Ensnared, paralyzed, meditating, out of air, poisoned, dazed, stunned, asleep, injured.
Oh, I love the way the text, like the angle of it moves as you move. It was so cool.
It was the Jim Morrison biography, yes. Dora stories. Oh.
What's wrong with the whale?
What can we do?
Come on, Lani, figure it out.
We can talk. No response. Still nothing.
I'm like on the edge of my seat, like, help the whale, please!
Can we give them a nudge?
We gotta sing. Surely.
Oh, little bonk.
Oh yeah, little dance.
There you go.
Humpback whales do like dance with each other, so this is...
Do they really?
Yeah.
The
And
tears.
They sing and that's why they're my favourite, because I'm quite an artsy person and I love that humpbacks sing and dance with each other. It just feels
Very.
like the bards of the sea.
Oh, they're fixing it for us.
Yay!
Wow.
The tears, are they coming? I know, I'm like, help us, please.
And the whales are
Save
all
the
coming
whale.
back. Hey, friends.
Yay!
Take more photos of
cameras.
us. Whoa!
Yay,
Oh my god, I
big
love that.
breach.
That had like a fighter jet sound effect to it. Well, that was beautiful. There you go. And we didn't cry once, although we were close.
Well, I
Gab-
felt pretty close towards the end there.
Gabby's getting there. Gabby's definitely
We didn't have a
getting
lot of time to build an emotional connection with these characters quite yet, so there's no pressure to cry.
I felt emotionally connected.
there. I also
That was
felt.
really, really beautiful. Yeah, I agree with what you said about the art style. Is like it's so colourful, and I love that they all follow you around, and it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
But yeah,
Excited
like,
for what's to come. Yeah, definitely. This is just a small introduction into everything else that's on its way.
yes, which we are going to chat about. But yeah, that was beautiful. Thank you, Ian. That was a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
thank you for playing. That was an excellent playthrough as well, I gotta say.
I'm hoping we didn't miss anything. I think we got-
No, I don't think so. You didn't get stuck on any walls. You didn't fall off the world. The water didn't inexplicably disappear at the end, which was an ongoing bug for
Oh,
several
no.
days.
Goodness me. So, like
Were
the
you just
screens-
nervously watching, hoping that everything stayed right?
I can't guarantee that I did a complete playthrough of it after the last changes that I made, so a little nervous.
But we got through it, and it was lovely. Yeah, the art style really stands out to me. It does really. I'm pretty sure when I was younger, I had like a little whale like bath toy that actually really looked like that kind of style, that kind of little cartoony look to it, but obviously cartoony 3D. It's really beautiful. It's very, very bright and vibrant. I think the music is very nice as well. It's that lovely, calming, ocean-going stuff. Hello, Chakami. Welcome in. The most relaxing, lovely moment of my week. Exactly, KP.
Wow. The music is interesting. Our composer actually, most of the ambient music that you hear throughout was composed with the help of a plant wave. Are you familiar with that technology?
I'm not, no.
It's a musical instrument that reads electrical impulses from plants and translates it into MIDI audio. And so our composer used that as the bass line for the background music that she composed. And so, did more to it and picked the correct instruments and did additional instrumentation. But if you feel like it has a very organic feel to it, that's because at the root of it comes from some houseplants.
That's I've never
Incredible.
heard of that. Yeah, is it because there's a is it a theremin, the one that's sort of like an aerial that you can move?
It's the one that
Just to-
you just move your hand around,
Yeah.
and it has to do with it reads the distance to your hand. Or
Yeah,
something
so I
like
guess
that.
kind of
Yeah.
similar to that, but with plants. I'd never heard of that before. That's really interesting.
I've not heard of that either. That's so cool though.
But it does give you that very
Activate,
nice, yeah, like ethereal kind of sound to it.
Hmm.
That's really, really cool. Yeah, the music was lovely. Very lovely.
You asked about art style earlier, and just as we
Yeah.
were talking about bath toys, and we called this game while we were working on it Tiny Whale, because we've applied the tilt shift style camera filter to it,
Yeah.
so that it feels like it's the whales may be tiny, or at least it's tiny on screen.
Yeah.
But
I really like the tilt shift look in games. There's a lot of games that use it really well, and it gives you that really nice sort of not realistic look, but like you're looking down at toys, which is really fun.
Tiny Glade, I think, did that to excellent effect recently. But there's actually a YouTube channel that takes existing games and applies a bunch of filters to them and tries to make it and makes it like really effectively look like tilt shift photography, like they did Horizon Zero Dawn and Elden Ring and a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I think our game designer Nicola is in the Twitch chat. Maybe he can share a link to that for anyone who's.
That would be really cool. I'm really interested in seeing that, especially like the Horizon one. That'd be very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, right on it. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to watch those later.
Yeah, I would love that. I remember at Kew Gardens in London has headphones jacked into trees, and you can hear water moving inside it. That's so strange.
Wow.
I can't imagine. Although I do sometimes feel like you know when people like bottom feed a plant, like when they put it in water rather than pouring water on it. I do feel like there are some plants that I swear you can just hear them slurping. So maybe it's kind of like that.
Up the good water.
Yeah. So we have a few questions. We've already asked about art style. I got to that right away. I was in on that. But what was sort of the inspiration behind Lani's Call and Whale Singer in general? Like, was it stories that you'd maybe seen in the news or like in nature that inspired you to make a game like this, or?
Well, the Whale Singer universe was started by one of our founders, Reza Mamari, who wrote the film script first. So I couldn't speak to exactly why or what his inspirations were for that.
Yeah.
But in terms of Rise of the Leviathan, I guess like the Telescope games started with the intention of making this game as the tie-in for the movie. And so we, as a team, we came together and then spent a long time sort of ideating and coming up with what would be an interesting addition to this universe and what would be the best game for us to make together as a team. And yeah, so we've spent already a year plus on Rise of the Leviathan. And Lani's Call was sort of the result of me spending a lot of time on Rise of the Leviathan and sort of marrying it with a lot of my own experience as an indie developer and as someone who likes really short games, someone who has a toddler at home without a lot of time to play. Like when I see that there's an open world and it's however many 100 square kilometers or miles, I think, well, that game's not for me.
Yeah,
so
I think there is a lot to be said for like linear narrative experiences that we don't see a lot of these days. So even if it is a really short experience that's an intro to a greater experience, it is nice to be able to focus on that. Because sometimes I open an open world game and I'm like, I could do anything, and now I'm frozen by choice. So it is really nice to see just like a nice story that flows very nicely, and in this case of Lani's Call is going to go into something else and something bigger and some other things. It can be overwhelming.
Yeah, so we thought of this one a lot as like a short film experience of a game. If we say that, an open world game is more like a long-running TV show with decades of seasons you haven't watched and they're still airing new ones, and this is sort of more like watching a short film where you play it and you're done, and if you liked it, you tell other people about it.
Which is exactly what we're doing. It's exactly what we're doing today. We liked it and we're telling you about it, so you can go and have a look. But yes, open world games can be very overwhelming. I will say there is a lot to be said for nice, just narrative, linear experiences, especially in this case, that look really pretty and they make you feel something and you get all this nice music alongside it. It's a really lovely experience, and it's going to go into more, including a film, which is really exciting. Very, very exciting.
Also, the experience to get to play as a whale. As
You do get to play as a whale. That's a huge plus.
You can play as a whale, so.
Yeah, we encountered some interesting challenges while trying to make games where you play as whales, because whales are so big. And as it turns out, it's tricky to convey that sense of scale through a video game. Like, you can change the field of view and the camera angle and the density of detail and the size of things around you, and a lot of things go into how big you feel in game. And I would say we still haven't really solved it. But I think Lani's call was sort of an attempt at another approach to this problem, where sort of when you're this big, everything looks small. Sort of, you're embodying the whale, so things seem small around you.
Yeah, I think the tilt shift kind of works out quite well there, especially in that scene we saw at the end and the beginning with the boat, that really gave a sense of how big we are compared to even a boat. So I think that worked quite well.
Yeah, definitely. Sally's asked, did you do any research on real whales for the game's development?
For sure, yeah, we've done quite a lot of research, and it's been a challenge to incorporate real world. Like, it's a fantasy game, and the entire universe is fantasy, and so we struggle a little bit with how much real do we put in and how much can we fudge the numbers, and especially again with sizes, like those jellyfish that appear at the end. Those are huge jellyfish. If you think about, this is a full-grown whale. Those things are, I mean, couch, sofa, small car sized. Yeah. And so yes, we've done research, and we've had to ignore some of it. but in doing so, we've come up with we encountered a lot of really interesting facts about whales. Which, I mean, I'm sure I don't need to tell you all, but for example, the later on, or midway through the game, where you hit the boat and the turtles come out, we're in that sort of giant kelp forest there, and while I was putting together these sort of physics-based kelp strands, I learned about the process of kelping, which humpback whales and I think other whales and maybe other cetaceans do. But am I right that we're not certain exactly why they do it? Where they will take strands of kelp and sort of rub them around themselves, and maybe it's cleaning, maybe it's kind of for fun.
Yeah, I think maybe it's play. I mean, me and Matt are on the Games for Waves team, so we're not marine biologists. So no, everyone watching, don't be like, WDC don't know what they're talking about. But I think it is play. I know they use tools and they play. Sally might know, because Sally has much greater knowledge. So Sally, if you're in chat and you know, let us know. We might also have it on our website. I could do a quick Google. While
do a quick Google
Matt
for
carries on.
We have talked a lot about the environments of whales recently. Although it's kind of the stuff that would not relate to games, because it's mostly about whales fertilizing and pooping on things, which doesn't really factor into video games that much, because that would make for quite a strange game.
We have a blog called Why Do Humpback Whales Wear Seaweed Wigs? So I'll drop the link in chat.
That is a fantastic...
Oh no, that's an awful link.
Hold on, try again, Gab. That's a great title for that. Seaweed Wigs. Thank you for the alert, Cami.
There's a section of this blog. This blog was written by Ali Wood. Some of you might remember Ali Wood from back in December in Jingle Jam. She does a lot of the education work for WDC.
Yes.
But she's put kelp has antibacterial, antifungal qualities, making it a natural remedy for reducing whale skin infections, an oceanic equivalent to a face cleanser.
Oh, there you go.
So they likely use it to dislodge barnacles and lice that build up on their skin and cause irritation. There you go. There's the WDC official answer as to why they use kelp.
I think we find a lot of very interesting facts around whales because they do quite strange things a lot of the time. There you go. KP's going to do some kelping in the bath tonight. There we go. A delicing level. There you go. Further development.
There's the official link, because the first one was a bit weird.
Sally says orcas off Vancouver rub themselves on pebble beaches, which can help clean their skin, but also a social activity with the family. That's what I meant about the strange ones. Like, can you imagine if humans went down to a beach and just rubbed themselves on the sand with their family? That'd be a bit odd.
I mean, isn't that what going to the beach is?
I suppose so, maybe. Make a note to just avoid Ian if we run into them on the beach. Too busy rubbing themselves on the sand.
I mean, it's like if you're lying on the sand.
It's true.
Someone looking at you would be like, why are they rubbing sand on this?
Why are they laying? Maybe that's what whales think when they see humans on the beach. They're like, why are they just laying there?
Why aren't
I think
they rubbing
orcas have
themselves?
a trend. They had a trend where they wore fish as hats, and it was just them being playful, playing around.
Yeah.
Which I also think is incredible. It just shows the level of intelligence that whales and dolphins have. To,
And you
like,
can
have, use tools, have like fun trends. Like, humpbacks have trending songs that they pass between pods. It's incredible. The more I learn about whales, the more I'm just like, whoa. They are amazing.
Chat's agreeing though. They think that rubbing themselves on the beach, social activity, good for the back. High intelligence.
Doing things for fun rather than just for survival, exactly, yeah.
Sally says, were there any scenes in Lani's Call that you ended up cutting from the final game?
There were other things that we would have added if we had more time, but they weren't part of the initial plan as much as once we had the initial blockout, which is essentially what you're playing here. We said to ourselves, well, it would be nice if it weren't quite so strictly linear, if there were a couple like slightly more open areas where you could explore and then get funneled back into following the magical trail. And I don't know if starting and spending about half an hour on one of these and then discarding it because it was going to be clearly way too much work to fit into our time frame counts as cutting something. But that's about it.
Yeah.
We kept it very small, and there wasn't too much to cut.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense from a development standpoint. Obviously, there is always a limited amount of time to work on these things, so you can't waste time doing something that's not going to make it to the final cut, so makes a lot of sense. We have played the game, Ciao Kami. I will say this video is going to go up on our YouTube, on Games for Waves, and it's going to be looping on the Steam page, I think, Ian?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, so if you do want to go back and look at our experience of the game alongside your own experience of the game, there will be a few places where you can watch that and check it out. Obviously, the VOD will be saved on Twitch for a few weeks as well, so if you do want to just wind back and have a look at it, that is also an option. What else we got? So, you said that Lani's Call follows the mother of the character from Rise of the Leviathan. Is there any more you can tell us about how that links in, or any other characters that might be showing up?
I may have misspoken. So it's not not the mother of the character from Rise of the Leviathan. It's that Rise of the Leviathan you play as the father of the character from the film.
Okay.
And Lani's Call is you play as the mother.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Is there anything more I can say about that? Let me think. So in Rise of the Leviathan, you play as the character named Humphrey the humpback whale.
That is great.
He's a whale singer, so one of the sort of Jedi-like characters in this universe.
Jedi-like, I like it.
Who has the magical powers, and so Lani is, by contrast, not a whale singer, but a humpback whale who needs to find this whale singer, find a Jedi to help with this crisis that's going on in Lani's Call. And then the film itself follows Humphrey and Lonnie's son and his sort of coming of age as he's finding his own song to become a Jedi whale singer.
So there is a nice connection between all of the above. There is going to be a feature film, Nemet, next year, which will be following the characters just described, which is really exciting, and also a series as well.
Yeah, sometime after the film, I believe, in the following year will be the Whale Singer series, which will also follow Vincent, the protagonist in the film. Which so there's a whole universe to dive into, and it's hopefully interesting in terms of audiences, because I think the movie and the series are more like they're family. It's a family film and a family series, and so like a Pixar or a DreamWorks or another animated film, The Sea Beast by Netflix comes to mind, where you can watch it with your kids if you have kids, or you can just watch it as an adult and enjoy it. I think that's probably what you would expect for these visual media to be. And the games, I think, might hit a slightly different audience, which is not to say they are going to be inappropriate for children. But if you were at the beginning of the stream and saw the Rise of the Leviathan trailer, or if you click over to the Steam page and see that, you might get like a slightly spookier vibe than you would necessarily expect from. I mean, there are some scary moments in the film as well, but it's maybe more like a game that is geared primarily towards adults or young adults as players. And if they have kids, the kids could engage with it too, but it is a little bit more optional in that case.
It's very much a family thing, which is nice. Get a nice wide audience.
The ocean is scary, so it makes sense that there'll be a few scary moments, because as you get to the deep sea, there are some scary looking.
I was just thinking about how scary the
and...
deep sea is. Apropos of nothing, this morning, I was like, what if I were in a submarine deep in the Mariana Trench? That would be so scary. And it just popped into my head. Nothing. I was just taking the train, and it was just, I got scared.
Yeah, it does. I remember, like, is it Finding Nemo when they see the anglerfish? And I remember as a kid, that was so terrifying. Just the light bulb, and then all those teeth. But yeah, if you look at like deep sea species, there are some funky looking ones.
Yeah, I've been playing Dredge on this channel, and when you go out at night in that game, there's like other sort of boats that go around, and you're like, oh, a friendly boat, that's lovely, we'll go and have a look. But once you get close to it, it morphs into a sort of haunted anglerfish
eldritch
creature that then will chase you all the way back to a safe area. So yeah, they've always anglerfish have always freaked me out a bit.
They're so cool but creepy.
Yeah.
This might be a good time to show the trailer for Leviathan.
Yes, I will move us over
just while we're talking on it.
The chat screen over here. Let me just mute a few things, and then we will get the trailer.
Is something in the back of my mind at all times when designing levels for Whale Singer. Yeah.
I'm just gonna move the trailer. Hopefully this doesn't. Ooh.
Need that all like technical music, like.
Yeah. No, OBS is going to complain. So what I'm going to do is just open the trailer, and then I will just make it a bit smaller and move it over here. OBS did not want to let me do that off screen and look professional, so you all get to see the process there. But this is the trailer for Rise of the Leviathan, which is next year. I think you said, yeah.
Optimistically.
Okay. But we see very similar gameplay, but more.
Yeah, and you can see a different camera perspective. It's more of a sort of third-person action adventure game.
It's very lovely.
Oh, that's creepy. Big eye.
But definitely a taste of what to expect, which is pretty space.
Sally said she loves the music. I can't hear the music because obviously it's on stream, but I will watch the trailer after.
Yes,
Yeah, that's our excellent composer Julie Buchanan, who did some phenomenal work for it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Chakami, for wishlisting Leviathan. Yes, the link is popping up in chat for that. Thalassophobia is something in the back of my mind at all times when designing levels for Whale Singer. I can definitely agree with that. Because
you don't like games with like deep sea, do you?
No, I struggle to do that.
Like Subnautica.
Yeah.
Really, yeah. I loved Subnautica. In fact, I don't know, is thalassophilia a thing?
Like a love of the deep ocean? I guess that could be a thing.
I don't know.
Probably,
it's still scary, but it's almost my preferred type of scary.
Yeah.
And Chuck Halby, thank you very much for buying Lani's call as well, and your partner.
Oh, yes,
Amazing, thank you. Merituff, thank you for the follow as well. Welcome in.
So just for anyone who's just joining the stream, so from today to Monday, if you pick up Lani's call, 100% of net revenue from Steam is being donated to WDC, Whale and Dolphin Conservation, which is really, really amazing, and that will help our global work protecting whales and dolphins and making the ocean safe again for all the amazing creatures that call it home. So thank you for your support, and thank you again to Telescope. Yes.
Yes, it's amazing.
Matt, I'm curious, are you able to pull Lonnie's call up again? I wonder if you could swim a little ways in, and maybe I could point a couple things out. If we have a few minutes left.
Absolutely, yeah, we've got time for that. We will move back to the game and show you a little bit more. Whoa.
Playthrough number 2, let's go. Just keep playing.
We're going
Alright, what's
again.
up everyone? Here's the speedrun strat for Lonnie's call.
Here we are, we're back. But yeah,
so
the
you
tilt shift
mentioned-
really stands out with all these like little blurry palm trees in the background that look just so tiny. It's kind of like you're looking down at like a Lego set or something.
Yeah, like the little mini villages you get.
Yeah. Here we have our boat of whale lovers. Yes.
Yeah. So you mentioned that whale and dolphin conservation is very much in favor of whale watching, right?
Yeah.
But boat impacts and things like that is a danger for a lot of marine life. But I guess that whale watching boats know how to behave safely around whales. Is that it?
Yeah, so obviously you need to be careful when you're going on a whale watching tour and kind of do your research. Make sure that you pick a company that is.
Matt, would you stop there before you go?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. Stop the plane. Yeah, you just want to obviously do a bit of research. Make sure that you find a whale watching company that does respect wildlife and doesn't chase after the whales if they're trying to swim away. But if you do want to see whales, I mean, why wouldn't you? They're beautiful. Then yeah, we do encourage whale watching over obviously going to see them in captivity. They're never happy in captivity, and it's a very cruel and sad existence for them. Without getting too sad on stream, Sally, can you remind me of the role that people have on the whale watching tours that you should look for? Is it called a naturalist? It might be called a naturalist. But if a whale watching tour has someone like that on, then you know that they're probably safe to go with, because naturalist it was. Yay, I was right. Yeah, so I went whale watching in Iceland, and it was incredible. I saw some humpback whales and some dolphins.
So jealous
and
of
it
that.
was yeah, and it was great. The company I went with, we saw the whales and the dolphins swam right up, and they were like swimming alongside us for a while, and then they swam away, and the boat didn't go after them. They just left them to it, which is nice, because then the whales and the dolphins have a choice, right? If they want to come over and say hello and entertain, then they can, and if they don't want to, they can swim away. And they generally go slow once they know that whales and dolphins are around as well, so vessel strikes and such isn't such a worry. I know things, yeah. I know things. But yeah, so
you've got two of my favorite things in the game on screen right now. One is this school of fish, which I noticed you sort of swimming through, and we've got the sort of behavior where the fish all sort of swim away as you go through, which was just so much fun to program, and to I wasted, I don't want to say how many development hours, just kind of like, is this working right? Back and forth through it.
I would say it's never a waste of time getting stuff like that right.
It's so satisfying as well.
It's lovely.
And then the other, when you vocalize as Lani, when the other whales on screen will reply back to you. Obviously, we can't understand what they're saying, but it's fun to imagine that you're just having a little whale conversation, a little whale conversation.
I do wonder that.
There is a lot of research into understanding whale language at the moment. I don't know a huge amount, but I think we've got a blog on our website. But yeah, there are scientists looking into, I think, using AI to try and translate frequent whale sounds to understand what they're actually saying.
Yes.
So there may be a point in the future where we can understand.
I was
maybe even
reading
talk
about
to
that
whales.
last week, and yeah, they're sort of recording basically as much as they can of whale songs, especially when they're doing specific things like hunting or feeding or just kind of traversing. And yeah, they think that if they get enough sort of repeated noises, they can feed it into this AI and try and figure out what those particular noises mean, especially if they're making the same noise over and over again. Like, does this mean there's food over here, or does this mean I need to take a break, or things like that?
Fascinating. Well, feel free to continue on through the game if you'd like.
Yeah, we'll have a
We've
little
got
swim
about
through.
10 minutes left, so if anyone in chat has any questions for Ian, please feel free to ask.
Yeah. See, Sally says
for
that
us,
scientists
for
have... yeah, for anyone. Theorized dolphins could have names for each other as well as nicknames.
Wow, that's so cool. And welcome in Mary Tufts as well.
Oh, it's just lovely. But yes, I think we'll get up to this coral tower, and then we will stop there so as not to spoil things for people who've just come in. But it's very nice to see so many people in chat who are already checking the game out and picking it up and wishlisting Leviathan as well, which is exactly what we wanted from the stream. So thank you very much, everybody.
Yes, thank you for the support, everyone.
It's
We would
just...
not be here without our amazing community, so
Yeah.
big shout out to everyone who's come along today, is wishlisted and picked up the game.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you
it's
very
much appreciated from Telescope Games as well. So thanks to everyone. And I love this too. There are so many whales on
Yeah, we can
that
just have a
reply
little...
to you when you're saying it. It's really, it has a sort of lively feel.
We're having
I
a
feel
nice
like this
little
game would
party
take
out
me
here.
like 2 hours to complete because I'd just stay in like the really beautiful spots and just keep talking as a whale for
Exactly, yeah.
ages.
What's the opposite of like a speed run competition?
I wonder if anyone's ever done that. Can we
A
do a
light
slow
one.
run of
Yeah,
Lani's
slow
call?
run, yeah.
There is a book called How to Speak Whale about that research. Oh, excellent. We
Yes.
should have a look at that.
Is that Tom Musto, I think, maybe?
Possibly. Right, I'm going to take us out to... I guess if I press restart,
Yeah,
it will
it's-
take us to the menu. Whoa.
Yeah, Tom
Yep.
Mustill wrote that book and he's a WDC ambassador, so yeah.
We will
Amazing.
Thank you, Dr. C, for wishlisting the games.
Thank you. Right, I will take us back to our chatting screen and we will close things out. Thank you so much, Ian, for joining us. This has been a lot of
Thank
fun.
you again for having us and helping me learn a little about whale and dolphin conservation. And anything else that you think I should know from on the conservation side? Oh, actually, I had one more question before we go,
Okay.
which
Yeah,
is,
absolutely.
did you see anything in the game that was bad from a conservation perspective? As I was getting ready for the stream, I was like, "Oh, what about like should you not swim near the boat? Should we not be portraying that in the game or something like that?"
No, I nothing stood out to me. I could definitely kind of send the video to some of our experts at WDC that, like, if you want to. But I don't think so. The boat is great because, like I said, we promote whale watching, and we have control of the whale, and we could swim away if we wanted to, which is the main thing when it comes to respecting wildlife and respecting animals, making sure they have the choice to go away if they want. Yeah, like Sally said, whales swim up to boats by themselves all the time. So yeah, no, it looked great.
I think
and
you
the
nailed
tail
it,
was moving
actually.
the right way, so that was good. The tail's going up and down and not left and right.
Yep.
Right, that's Starks.
I think we nailed the boat thing,
Yeah.
actually, because the boat, crucially, wasn't moving and it had its engine off.
Yeah, it stood still. Yeah.
Very good.
And that was definitely because of knowledge of conservation and not
Yes.
because moving boats are way harder to program.
Yep. Well, moving boats have doors on them, you know, and that's where the real problem comes in. So
Yeah.
no doors, no moving boats. That's what we need.
No, the game is incredible. It's so amazing to kind of give players the experience of being a whale and kind of experiencing swimming around as one, singing nice songs. I can't wait to play it and play Leviathan as well. Oh, Cinnamon said, my in-laws went to Hawaii and did whale watching and a humpback came right up to their boat. That's incredible.
That is incredible.
There are more whale experiences in the future from us. Yeah, I'm excited. For
Very
all the whale
excited.
experiences. And just a reminder for anyone coming in, if you pick up this game between now and Monday, 100% of the net revenue will be donated to WDC so we can continue our work conserving whales and dolphins, which is lovely.
Yes. It's been
And make sure to wish list Leviathan. I'll do all the pings again, Zion.
Yes, thank
Matt.
you. We actually got through all of our questions.
Right. Well, thank
smashed
you
it.
again to Gabby and Matt for hosting and for helping to organize this whole thing. And thanks to everyone who tuned in. And feel free to, wishlist our games. Feel free to check out our website, join our Discord as well if you want to keep up to date or if you want to share experiences about the games.
Yes.
Yeah, if anyone from Telescope wants to drop the Discord link in chat, feel free. And I think what social media are you on if people wanted to follow you over there, if you know?
Yep.
We're also on Blue Sky, Instagram, and LinkedIn, I guess, if you're you want to be professional about it.
Cool,
And there may be more, but those are the first that come to mind. We've got a link tree as well, which maybe Nicola can share that. Which
Yes, feel free
links
to
all of our
dump all of
websites
that.
and social media.
Yeah, share it. And then if you're watching this on YouTube, we'll link all of the good links down below in the description so you can find it all.